Hey guys, today I am going to test something out. Uh, as you can see, I'm starting out with as little silver as possible. I've milled that to an alt. Um, I want to see actually how much money you can make just by running the old world classic raids. Um, Now, lately, it's becoming increasingly difficult to make money in Rift. Um, Starting off with 44 silver, um, then it goes gold and plat. So for the first one, I'm gonna have to run to it, which is fine. I haven't ran to these things in a long time, ever since we got ports, which has been around since the beginning of the game. But so yeah, let's take off to our first old school raid. Started in Sanctum, and we're just gonna run from there. I should have went the other way. I am curious to see how long it will take to build up, let's say, 20 plat. How many raids will it take? I'll go out on a limb and say it'll probably take two, maybe three runs. And that's just if they didn't um, dumb down the value of the gear and loot that you get. Basically, the idea is to loot everything, kill all trash mobs, kill bosses, obviously, but kill everything and loot everything that you can. So we're going to run through Gloamwood. And from Gloamwood, we are going to go there might have been an easier way to go that way, but right off the top of my head, I don't remember. Gloamwood I've always found to be particularly interesting. When you're questing and leveling up, we started in Silverwood, and so when you start in Silverwood, you typically leave there at around level 18, maybe level 19. You might leave later than that if you do all of the side questing. I know I left there. I stayed. I stay in zones for longer than you should, just to make sure that I'm a level or two above uh, the beginning level of the next zone. So I'll show you this real quick. Open up your map. See, I'm in glow mode right here. I'm going to be running up into here through here to go to Stillmore. And our first, where we're going is back in here. But if you look, glow mode is level 20 to 26. Starting in Silverwood, that's level 6 to 20. So this Silverwood zone cap is 20. That's technically when you should be leaving Silverwood to come into Gloamwood, but I have also left there sooner, like level 17, 18, just because I was fortunate enough to have experience pots or vials. But then you come here and you quest here. The idea, for me at least, was to be level 21, which you can do that if you stick around and do all the side quests. And then when you get to Gloamwood, once you're about level 26, you leave and you come to Scarlet Gorge. So it's nice that all these zones are connected in how you should be here. And once you get done with Scarwood Reach at 35, you go straight back and you go up into Moonshade Highlands. Now here's where it got stupid. Back in the day, before so many changes were made to the game and so many expansions came out, after Moonshade Highlands, you went into Iron Pine Peak from level 40 to 45. This transitioned you nicely. You went back and then you went back through to get to Stillmore. That was your final destination. After you got done with Moonshade, you had the option of questing in Iron Pine Peak from 40 to 45, or you can come down to Droughtlands and do your questing. I don't like it down here. And then after you reach level 44, you can come over to Shimmer Sand and quest all out through here. I don't like it there either. I went ahead and went to Stillmore at 44, 45. I like Stillmore. My favorite areas in this is Mythosia, all of Mythosia map. I like Stillmore and I like Gloamwood. Silverwood's okay, but you see so much of it, and that's if you're a Guardian, you start here. Now, if you're a Defiant, you start here in Meridian, and you work your way throughout everywhere. Uh, so where we're going is into Iron Pine Peak right now, and I'm gonna run all the way through and come into Stillmore, and I'm gonna run around and come out into here where all the elites are, and our first raid, which I've already done a video on it, which is RoS, River of Souls. That's where we're going first off. We'll go there, we'll make a little bit of money. Then we'll go right next door, still in Stillmore, and we're going to go to GB, Greenscale's Blight. So that's our first two stops. And if you're leveling Butcher, if you're a Butcher, the crafting skill Butcher, if you're leveling that up at all, come to right here and start skinning these Prowlers. They will give you a lot of experience What I usually tell people is, oh, there's another port right here. Tearfall Run. If you come up here, you got your another port right there. What I tell people when they ask, where do I go to level up my gathering skills? Because butchering is a gathering skill. You need it. You need the hides to turn into leathers for other things like armor smith, outfitter. Outfitter's a big one. But I always tell people wait until you're at least 3 times the level of this zone, just to make it easier and faster to farm the hides and raise your crafting skills up. And a lot of people will tell you to get your crafting skill up while you're on the go. There's one of the, you can kill that thing if you don't have that for, I don't think it gives you an achievement, but you get something out of it. And if you have foraging, you can forage it for materials. Oops, I went the wrong way. I'm so used to coming this way that takes you into Scarlet Gorge. I'm so used to doing that. That was out of habit right there. After I just got done saying we're going to run through Iron Pine Peak. This is the way we wanted to go. And I'll point something out here too. There's a lift over here that takes you up into Iron Pine Peak. But before you go over there, you can come into this cave. You see this right here? If you right click it, it will give you an achievement. I forget what the name of the achievement is, but it'll give you an achievement. That's a quick achievement. It's easy, costs nothing but a little bit of time to run here. Ah, there's a lift. It just came down. Ah, and it just went up. So while I'm waiting here, just to point out, I have nothing else in my bags except my Reliquary of Rage. Once you get to level 70, you can get this crafted, or you can craft it. And that's a DPS gain. Oh, I knew that would happen. So anytime you get on elevators in this game, it's a good idea to just dismount, because you got, I don't know what it is, and it's the same for the particulums as well. You will, there's some kind of a collision glitch, I don't know what's going on, that if you're on a mount, it will toss you past where you want to go. And it's specifically with mounts. As you saw, it doesn't do it if you're unmounted. Sorry for clearing my throat. It's allergy season here in Florida, and the allergies are strong. Now you've noticed along the way there's stuff I can kill and pick up and loot and sell, but I've purposely not done that. My intent is to see how much these overall raids will yield us. Okay, so if you have a good enough computer that performs well enough, you can see in the distance over here Chancellor Labors. Excuse me. Right over on this side of this building is a port. That's the Chancellor Labors. You can cut across there and get that port. Now there is a lot of mobs all over this ice, so unless you're really high level, like level cap, like this, or like a level 50 or 40, you're not gonna just run through here untouched. They'll aggro on you. Best advice is just to keep going like this. Now I could run over there, but that'd be a lot out of the way from where we're wanting to go. We are going more this way. If you notice, let me scale this out a little bit. What we are doing, and it's hard to cut through. Like you would think, okay, you're right here, so why don't you just, you came through right here, so cut through this way, right? Just make a cut through. Well, the problem with Iron Pine Peaks, and you'll start finding this with a lot of zones, is that it's a lot of times it's not as simple as just cutting through somewhere just to get to where you want to go. Most times you have to follow the roads in order to get where you want to go. Because there's mountains, there's well, you used to be able to do that when they had what's called sticky feet on. It allowed you to climb anything, and then for some strange reason, they took that ability away, and now you are stuck with running around the old-fashioned way, which is to follow roads. I'm trying to find an example. Like a good example is right here. See how steep that is? When they had sticky feet on, you used to be able to just keep spamming your jump and forward buttons, and you'd get to the top of this, and you could traverse anything, even on a mount. But now, you can't do that. Oh, heh, and he died. Now, I could loot him, but I don't want to. I didn't even know that rare was here. That's a rare Swirling Tempest. Cool. Good to know. And there are rares in this game like that. If you see the little diamond that he had on beside its name, that's a rare. You kill them, and I think there's an achievement for getting all the rares in each zones. So this is where it gets a little bit tricky. Ah, that's the way. Okay. At least I believe this is the way. Oops. Yeah, this is the way. It's been a long time since I just ran across the map. An entire map, almost. As you can see, it is a run. Which is why you will get so spoiled on using ports. Particulums, portacolumns, however you want to call them. And I always used to love this zone too. Iron Pine Peaks. We just, back in the day, called it IPP for short. Because we got lazy. And it just sounded better. I used to love this zone. I guess as you grow, just like in life, in Rift, when you grow, you start finding that your flavors start changing tremendously. You find that you don't desire some of the zones and some of the questing that you used to really look forward to. I don't know why that is. I guess it's basically due to repetitiveness. If you've done them so many times, you find a way to power level your character, and you forget a lot of the questing in the Mythosia, lands of Mythosia. There's different lands here. There's this land in Mythosia. There's the land of water. There is the Storm Legion lands, Vervain and Duskin, and there is a Celestial Lands, which is level 65 to level 70 content. There's all kind of places you can go in this game that will bolster you. Okay, so this is ultimately where we're going to go, and this will take us into Stillmore. Not bolster you, but there's all kind of options to quest. Something really cool to note: once you get to Stillmore, if you stay long enough and grind the rep, um, I haven't yet to get this, but these Najmox mounts, they're actually pretty cool. They're slow, but they're cool. I don't. Okay, so it will match the speed of your fastest mount. Okay, that's good to know. I think I knew that, but just forgot it. So there's two ways you can go here. You can go down this path, which will take you around. Eventually, this is where we're going to end up, right here. Eventually. So either you go left and you go this way, or you go right and you end up coming around. Either way, our goal is roughly back in this area. That's our goal. Well, that is our goal. That's Greenseal's Blight, and then RoS is right here. For the sake of this, I'm going to go the way I actually like to go, which is on the right. Seems to be the path less traveled. And I like this way because if you go the other way, you pass through this town. You got a lot of crap to deal with. A lot of aggro situations. Going the way I'm going, you probably have 80% less aggro options. Aggro. Okay. I'm out of coffee. So see, going right already brings you here, and you're not far from Zero's return. See, back in there, that's our destination. That's how easy this is. And I'll just show you the port real quick. He will aggro you if you're not careful. If you're when you're lower level, he's a 49. There used to be a death eye, little purple floaty thing they call it a death eye, that will float around right in here. And as you come around this bend, no matter how wide you came, that death eye would aggro, and then that would aggro him, so you'd have two of them on you, and you'd have to run for your life over to the port. But I'll show you where the port is. So just enter here. And there's your port back in there. Go talk to the particular master. And you got a port. Alright, let's get back to our objective. Now, it is worth mentioning, you got two options here, so that you're not going too out of the way. Right here, behind that rift here, there's a pathway that you can just go straight in and run back, or you can come here to this entrance, but you have to go up a ramp and then go back down to go where you want to go. So you got two options here. I mean, you can go there from get there where you want to go from, any of these options. The only reason you'd use these other faraway options is because you want to farm the cloth, because there's humanoid mobs all over that drop switch weave and spell spun silk cloths for you to gather. I don't know. I've just always used this way. Yeah, careful you don't aggro him. Come up and out. I could have went up just around there. See that? I could have went there to get to my objective, but I've always done it this way. It's up to you. No matter what you do, you're still gonna have these elites right here. See these little spikes that says they're elites. They're not really because, well, I'm 20 levels over them. But you can still aggro them, and they'll still, yay, they'll still knock you off your mount. Alright, so there's Greenscale's Blind. That's the second raid we're going to. And you'll have to hang with me once we get in there, because that is actually literally a maze. A hedge maze that you've got to figure out. Ah, see? Aggroed them. The last video that I made, when I came through here, I didn't aggro them at all. Alright, so here's River of Souls. The bad thing you're going to find about most raids is that you're not allowed to mount. Most of them, you're not allowed to mount. Like this one, my mounts are grayed out. It's going to force you to run through them. Alright, so it took us what? Almost 10 minutes. Because these buffs last an hour. So it basically took us 10 minutes just to get here. Yeah, I've got an AoE I can use, but I like to single target everything. And I will warn you, if you come to this game and you're just starting out, there's a tab target option. You could just push tab to go. It doesn't work so well anymore. It used to work really great. You could set it under the options to target the enemy closest to you. But lately, something's been wrong with it. Like if I can come over here and try to target, I don't know, this, and while I'm running over there and I'm tab targeting it, it'll target this Lost Soul Wisp. Once I get past it, it'll target like literally right behind you. Sometimes. Ah, there it goes. See? Facing forward. It got that. I haven't really fully faced these guys yet, but I'm already targeted over here. That's a little frustrating, but it's workable. Let me go ahead and aggro these guys. Alright, AoE. And I am running the Rift Blade. You can run pretty much whatever you want to in here, and you'll be just fine. He was supposed to have died the first time. See, that was supposed to basically one-shotted almost all of them. I don't know if it's the Rift Blade build, or if it's possibly the way that I'm playing it. I'm not sure. But you'll notice that even in here, things take a little longer than they should to die. Abilities don't always pop right off when you actuate them. This is funny. I came in here to loot, and they're hardly giving me any kind of options to loot. That's cute. Alright, up there's the first boss, which is Gallagher. Um, Nothing lootable. And normally these guys, you can loot like mad in here, but today for some reason, the game said, nope, you get nothing. So usually these guys will always drop something like cloth or something. Yeah, targeted behind me. That's what I'm saying. Nothing. Wow. Now, I don't know why it delayed like that. I have to ask myself, is that worth going after? I mean, I guess so. If we're going to come in here and loot everything. Nothing. My God. But I can skin him. Soul hide. Now they drop spell spun silk from a wisp. Interesting. Interesting. Take all, you bet. So you have to destroy these things. You got no option if you want to complete this raid. Okay, go ahead and mine him. Carmindium ore, nice. Alright, finalize this side over here. Nice. It's not hard once you get to this level. You reach level cap. It's just a walk in the park at this point. And this really isn't to show off Riftblade or my skills or nothing. This is honestly just a run to see how much money you can make in these old raids. Like, for example, open up our bags, and there's a accessory. So they're saying that it's worth 1 plat, 13 gold, 81 silver. So let's just round it off. Let's say 1 plat. So that used to at least be worth a plat more. And that's what I'm saying. The cost lately has been taken away, dumbed down. You don't get the full value of what you do. I know that the level cap is 70 now, and I know that, you know, this gear is useless and whatnot, but the value should still remain the same no matter how useless the gear is. But then again, what's happened is, and I don't mean this to sound sneaky or bad, but sometimes when you find something within a game and it works, you sometimes really don't want to say nothing, because that'll get back around to a game designer or a dev. They'll make a note of that, people talking about it all the time
you will find that I
because
will not fall as easily as they have ascended.
they don't want you to have an easy time in any MMO you play. If it's Rift, if it's World of Warcraft, no matter what it is, they don't want you having an easy time with it. They want you to struggle. But what's happened is people have talked about it and put videos up showing money making exploits. Like before it was fixed, you could run this raid and then you could run an extra raid, like just two of them, and you'd make about somewhere close to 400 plat. See, right now, before it was fixed, if it was still before it was fixed, I'd be sitting somewhere right around 80 to 90 plat right now. I would be. But the simple fact of the matter is they fixed everything and it's not you don't make money like you used to be able to make it. It's hard unless you're playing the auction house or selling Rex. You're not gonna you're not gonna make any money in this game hardly at all, and that's bad because you got frags and whatnot to upgrade. So, all right, first boss.
Served his purpose. I suppose he was not quite as strong as I suspected. His soul will be consumed by Regulus. All souls will feed the great devourer.
Nothing. All right. Well, we've cleared this side out. Gonna go to the
Look
other
at how they
side.
corrupt and twist the souls of the fallen. Those that are not devoured serve me.
And you'll notice there are a lot of mobs. If I was level 50 doing this level 50 raid here as a level 50, oh, I would already have all these mobs on me already as a tank. But because I'm level cap, I can just pretty much walk through here almost at will, really. Unless I do that. These whiffs are the worst. See, you can't kill something without aggravating another one. However, I can kill this guy and not aggravate nothing else around him. Those wisps are so annoying. Footholds, if you're level 50, you're coming through, these footholds, even though you have to do them, they will drop accessories. And things like that, belts, accessories. And that's good because the biggest obstacle you're going to run into in this game is your accessories, your jewelry, your rings, your necklaces, your earrings, even the belts. You're going to run into that where you want to stay current as you can on that. See, why did that wisp aggro from all the way the hell over there? Not that it matters and I can't handle it, but at this level, with the gear I have, and that you will have, it's not going to matter. But it's a simple fact of, I was fighting right here. Everything over here aggroed onto me. I think they went back and changed something in this game. I don't know what they changed. Uh, I'm not gonna go over there and chase this crap down. I'm just not going to, even though I said, well, I guess I will. I did say I'm gonna loot everything. And they have nothing to loot. This is why I started not to come over here. Oh, hey, how you doing? Yep. Oh, he just walked through me. Nice. Sometimes, I don't know if it's gonna be in the regular raid, but there's a wolf, werewolf, lichen, whatever you call them, sometime that spawns somewhere over here. Are we back at the beginning again? For real? Alright, this is Garoth.
Regulus grows stronger each day, and soon we shall tear the wall asunder.
I know Riftblade that I'm playing here is a BOS build, Bastion of Steel, but every time I play it, I like it a little bit less and less each time. It's so, I don't know how to explain it. It's very inconsistent. I mean, in technicality, if I prep this build like it's supposed to be prepped, stand tall, and then I'm with you until your energy depletes. Throw out Flame Spear. See, I'm bursting up to 1,000,000, but then it drops back down, and then it goes back up, and then back down. That is unreliable DPS.
Do you believe yourselves powerful?
Unreliable DPS. There ain't no way I should have fallen back down to that. I was still DPSing.
Great heroes you are.
So, I'm going to catch some heat for what I'm about to say, but I don't care because it is the truth. And I always believe in telling the truth, no matter what. No matter how grungy or dirty the truth might be, say it. So, our sultries, they have all been reworked. Tooltips have been redone. Master, everything has been fixed. And it's due to PvPers.
The
They
power
have
that
come
I have
and
gained
griped and
beyond
bitched
your
and complained about everything. Oh, this person's healing is too strong. This person's DPS is too much. Well, at first, the devs started listening to that. But then over time, they they started making too many changes. And people wanted to turn Rift into a PvP game, essentially. And that's not what Rift was originally meant for. Yes, every MMORPG does have a PvP aspect to it, but that is not the game. There is a story behind that game. If you want PvP all the time, no matter what you do, go play something like Smite. You'll get all your PvP fill. PvP in this game is not balanced, and back in the day, there was a need for PvP, It was Guardians against Defiance for the longest of time. Um, but anymore, that Guardian versus Defiant mentality does not exist anymore these days. Now, what you've got is Guardians and Defiance in the same, being able to be in the same
His
guilds,
knowledge of machines was second only to that scheming
and you get to raid together. To where in the old days, if you were a Guardian, you were in a Guardian guild,
How long have you
and you
fooled the
raided
enemy?
with Guardians.
All of your
You
efforts
never
have
would raid
been
with
in
a
vain.
Defiant. Now it's changed and come a long way, and I mean it's good because it helps you grow. It helps you, you know, you can grow your guild. You can make more friends. So in that aspect, it's good. Um, I don't know. This game has changed over the years. I've been here since 2011, 2012, I think, something like that. Well, before we had Ember Isle, when Stillmore, that are in now, was the level 50 area. That's how long I've been here.
I should have killed you long ago.
Yep, my flame sparrow didn't go off like it should have.
I will remedy that mistake now. Regular, run,
That's so stupid. I should have killed her.
damn you, regulars! I will draw the power of the soul string myself.
See, you can hit her. Yo. Come on. Come on, take the shield down. There we go. Alright, so just pure looting, we've gotten 4 plat. Basically almost 4.5 plat because it takes 100 gold to make a plat. So then, if we sell what is in our bag, like everything, literally everything, so 36 plat, almost 37 plat. So if you make, let's say, 36 plat, and there's 1, 2, 3. I know there's at least 3 more that can be ran. So 36 times 3. If you can still make the same plat, and we're just assuming, what? Let's see, 9. You might make 100 plat. You'll make maybe 100 plat. All right, so I'm gonna leave it here for now, and I'll be back with Greenscale's Blight. Appreciate you guys watching. If you like it, let me know. If you want more content like this, going around. I can even come back here next week once it resets, and give you a guide on how this is actually supposed to be ran. But till then, I'll see you guys later.